Hello Epic Fails, The Black is back with his review of TLC. The reason why I'm doing a review of TLC is because over the past 2 years, TLC has actually been a great pay-per-view. I love the concept, I love the ideas that they've been putting out with this pay-per-view. So I'm just going to take some time. I'm not doing this like as an official review with Ranger rankings and all that, but I just wanted to kind of hit the bullet points on the matches and just say what I liked and didn't like about the pay-per-view, because I felt that this year's TLC pay-per-view was not as good as the past 2 years. And I'll give you the reasons why. We started off with the United States title match with Dolph Ziggler taking on Zack Ryder. We all pretty much knew Zack Ryder was going to win this. I mean, we all knew that this was the culmination point of Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler, all the crap, all the internet feud, all that crap was culminating to this moment. So, we all knew Ryder was going to win, but how, and he did. Zack Ryder won the new U.S. title. I'm very happy for Zack Ryder. I think he should have won the U.S. title back when Hugh Jackman did the whole underdog thing. It just would have made sense for him to win the U.S. title back then. But patient is the great mind who waits, or something like that. And Zack Ryder's your U.S. champ, so he won by pinfall, which was nice. Next, second match, which was Air Boom versus Epico and Primo. I am happy that Air Boom retained. Not because I'm a huge fan of Air Boom, but because Epico and Primo have just gotten together, just started tagging together. The only people right now that I would like to see take the tag titles off of Air Boom is the Usos. Now, if they give Epico and Primo some more tag time on TV and they become more of a credible tag team, that's something that I'll visit. But right now, they need to build more credibility in the tag team division by not throwing the titles around. I mean, even though Air Boom is not a hugely credible tag team, they're the most credible tag team they've got going right now. So, I'm happy that Air Boom retained. Kofi Kingston had Trouble in Paradise, I think, on either Primo or Epico. Well, obviously on one of those two. And they retained the titles, which, as I said, I am happy about, only because the tag division needs that solidification right now. Third match of the night, which is the tables match, Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett. I didn't see all of this match, which I was kind of upset about. This was one of the matches that I really wanted to see. It was a good match from what I saw, though. We all kind of knew Orton was going to win. I was hoping Barrett would go over, but Barrett went over at Survivor Series, so I'm not that upset that Orton went over here. Orton hit a nice RKO through the table on Wade Barrett. So it was a decent match, I thought, from what I saw. One of the low points of the night, which was the WWE Divas title match, Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly. They gave Kelly Kelly this title match just because she was Diva of the Year. First off, WWE, your Divas title means nothing. This match wasn't terrible, but I was already turned off at the beginning because Kelly Kelly was in it. There was no build. The only build there was on Raw, when Beth and Natalya came out and interrupted their segment when Lita gave Kelly Kelly the slammy. So this match should not have been on this card at all. This actually match should have, all the time that this match had, should have been given to the tables match, and given a lot more time. So this was a waste of time. And I'm a fan of Beth Phoenix. I'm not a fan of Kelly Kelly's. You've got some great women's wrestlers, but honestly, even Kelly Kelly will never get over with the real wrestling fans. They might get over with the kids, they might get over with the perverts, but not with the real wrestling fans, the people who want to see decent women's wrestling. I'm sorry. Not even Beth Phoenix can carry them two in a good match. You lost your good diva, Gail Kim. You should have been pushing her all along. Alright, so I'm going to stop talking about that. Beth Phoenix, though, retained the title. Duh. Sledgehammer on a ladder match, which is Triple H versus Kevin Nash. Triple H won by pedigreeing and putting Kevin Nash out of his misery, and got the win. I thought this was a decent match for what I was expecting. Kevin Nash, of course, halfway through the match was barely able to walk because his legs are just destroyed. So I don't know why this match was even really that relevant. But of course, these two were fighting. Kevin Nash took a nice spill through a table off the ladder, which I was surprised because Kevin Nash is obviously old. And towards the end, Triple H got the sledgehammer and started beating the crap out of Nash in his legs, and then, Nash tried to do the whole click Wolfpack thing, and then Triple H he was on his knees, so Triple H just hit him with the sledgehammer, put him out of his misery, and pinned him. So, it was good for what it was, but I think this could have been a spot for another match, like for younger guys. All right, next we go to a bonus match, which was Sheamus and Jack Swagger. I did not see this match at all. I went away for a minute and I came back, so I can't imagine it was that great. But I do know that Sheamus won via pinfall with the bro kick. So, sorry. I just kind of find it funny that they don't know what to do with Sheamus since Christian's injured. Like Christian and Sheamus were supposed to have this long program, and it's like for 2 months now, Sheamus has just kind of been like feuding with nobody. I mean, here and there, and he's been tag teaming with people, but it's like they're just kind of throwing him in matches. Heck, put him in the world title picture. Shoot. Okay. So anyway, next was the World Heavyweight title match, which is the chairs match. It was a pretty good match for what it was. These guys were beating each other with chairs. Big Show knocked out Mark Henry and won the world title. Now this is even, and I can't say this is worse than the Divas match. However, this did upset me a lot because Daniel Bryan came down at the end after we all knew it. After Big Show won the title, he did his crying thing and he held the title for a couple seconds, and then Mark Henry, of course, beat the crap out of him with the chair and then DDT'd him on the chair. After that, Daniel Bryan comes out and cashes in Money in the Bank. And the one thing is that I know that they teased this a couple weeks ago, and that was okay, but it's like, why just do it again? Like, why do the exact same thing again? I mean, Big Show just won the title. I think they should have waited till WrestleMania, and then Daniel Bryan could have cashed in Money in the Bank and made either the SmackDown match a triple threat match, or they could have made it a, or Daniel Bryan, like whoever, the Raw superstar could have won the Royal Rumble, and Daniel Bryan could say, well, you don't have to look for a number one contender for WrestleMania. I'm right here, and cash in his Money in the Bank. Like, say, look, I'm going to go with WrestleMania. It's going to be me and whoever the champion is at that point, after the Royal Rumble. So, I really don't agree with Daniel Bryan's cash-in, only because CM Punk cashed in Money in the Bank twice as a face. And both times, it just didn't work. Faces have to win cleanly to get over with the fans. Heels like Jack Swagger and Edge, and I'm trying to think of other heels who've cashed in, even Kane, like when he won Money in the Miz, they can get over by cashing in cheaply. Faces have to cash in cleanly in order to get over cleanly. I'm happy Daniel Bryan's the world champion. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy that Daniel Bryan is the world champion. But you could have had a great Chris Benoit moment at WrestleMania 28 when, if Daniel Bryan would have won the world title cleanly in the main event at WrestleMania, like even if it's not the main event. If Daniel Bryan would have gotten over, would have beaten whoever, or if it was a triple threat, it would have been a Chris Benoit moment. And then CM Punk could have came out and embraced Daniel Bryan, as like, how Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, who were the Radicals, came into WWE together, and then they were, they've been friends for years. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are the same way. CM Punk could have came out with the WWE title and embraced Daniel Bryan, and there would have been an indie moment there for the ages. 2 indie wrestlers at WrestleMania holding WWE gold high. And I mean, obviously, who knows what would happen between CM Punk and Jericho later, but it would have been a moment to remember. It would have been the Benoit Eddie Guerrero moment for the PG era, or for the new internet era, whatever you want to call wherever we're at. So anyway, that's one of my biggest beefs about this pay-per-view. I'm glad Daniel Bryan's world champion. The way it happened, I'm not too thrilled about. Okay, next we finally had the Intercontinental title match, because earlier Cody Rhodes jumped Booker T, and they were trying to decide if they were going to do the match or not. Cody Rhodes beat Booker T via pinfall, obviously, and he kept the IC title. I really didn't care too much about this match. I'm glad Cody's in a match at a pay-per-view, but really Booker T, I don't know. Next we have the WWE title match, TLC match. This, I have to say, was probably match of the night. This was a good match. These three guys did an amazing job working in the ring, out of the ring, with objects, everything. These guys did a great job. These are 3 young talents. And I know they're not all really like young like in their 20s, but they're like in their upper 20s, early 30s. And I consider them young talent, honestly, in my opinion. But these guys worked really well together. This proves to me that we don't need John Cena in a main event for it to be good. We don't need Cena in the WWE title picture. ADR is a little stale, yes, but he's great in the ring. Miz, great on the mic and okay in the ring. CM Punk, amazing at both. And I'm not saying that because I'm a mark for any of these guys. I'm saying that because these are the facts. And you guys may have different opinions, but in my opinion, these three guys are Raw's top tier talent right now. Yes, I know ADR, Raw's kind of ruining ADR in the microphone perspective, but you know what? ADR is still great in the ring. And this match here proves it. This was a great match. I'm glad CM Punk won because I obviously want CM Punk to go to. I think CM Punk's had a lot of short title reigns. Like, all of his title reigns have been either lackluster or short. So I'm glad to see that CM Punk is actually moving, and I'm hoping that his title reign will last till WrestleMania. That'll give him a good 4-month reign. Finally, a solid, credible title reign up till WrestleMania. And heck, he might even go beyond WrestleMania. But I just think that this is a good start for the WWE. And CM Punk's right. He tweeted. He said that the change that he's been trying for is started, and that's right. It is coming. It's here. It's starting. The greatest thing about this whole night was that there was no Cena. They dabbled. Cena was backstage, but they dabbled in having Cena, like, you know, kind of do something with Cena and Kane. But I'm glad that Cena did not make an appearance at all. It proved that the WWE does not need Cena to put on a good pay-per-view. Now, granted, I don't know what the pay-per-view buys are going to be like, but maybe this is just a transition the WWE needs to make. I'm not saying get rid of Cena. I'm just saying we don't need him at every pay-per-view and every main event to be a good pay-per-view. The other thing that I would have liked to have happened is after CM Punk retained the title, I kind of wish Kane would have came out and, like, choke slammed Miz and ADR and then tombstone CM Punk, only to solidify Kane as a monster tweener that he's going to be. Because, I mean, it looks like he's going to be a monster tweener. I don't think he's really going to be a heel. I think he's just going to be a monster tweener. So I think if he would have came out, and it's not like CM Punk won the title tonight, so if Kane would have came out and interrupted and then just beat the mess out of all three people, it would have solidified him as that monster tweener. He's whoever is in his way, he's going after. So anyway, I know I've rambled on way too long, but everyone, thank you for watching this TLC review / commentary. I am Bobby Black from WrestlingRevolution.com. Please check out my SmackDown reviews. Please check out WrestlingRevolution.com. We've done a lot of modifications recently. You can, yeah, just thank you very much, and have a